An American who tried to join the brutal terror group ISIS has pleaded guilty to terrorism charges. This is what we have, actually, according to this NBC News report. 44-year-old Donald Ray Morgan of North Carolina admitted to trying to travel to Syria to fight with ISIS. Here is part of his interview with NBC from last month.
I purchased the ticket with the intent of entering to Syria, either joining up with medical and food aid convoys or directly with Islamic State. A push came from being mistreated by people around me who didn't share the views I had.
NBC reports Morgan was born Catholic. He once attended a military academy. Joining me now, our justice correspondent Evan Perez with a little bit more on what's happening here. So talk about what happened in this courtroom. He pleaded guilty.
Yes, Brooke, he pleaded guilty to providing material support to a terrorist organization and to being a felon in possession of firearms. Now, let's talk a little bit about him. Now, he makes about 14 or 15 Americans who've now either pleaded guilty or have been charged with providing support to ISIS. In his case, he gave that interview to NBC while he was living in Lebanon. According to the government, he flew there in January with the intent of trying to get over to Syria to join ISIS. Now, he tried a couple of times and got turned away, first in Turkey and then tried other ways. And it looks like he basically ran out of money and decided to come back home in August, which is when the FBI arrested him. Now, his story, as you can see there, is sort of a very common one that law enforcement is finding with people who are being recruited to ISIS and these terrorist organizations. He was a former sheriff's deputy. He apparently tried at one point to join the U.S. military and ended up converting in 2012 to Islam and then slowly began becoming more radicalized. He was tweeting support for ISIS, including its leader, al-Baghdadi, and urging people to provide support. And in that interview with NBC, he basically just explains that he really believed, he was buying into the ISIS propaganda, that this is the true caliphate, the true message of Islam is where they're establishing their presence there in Iraq and Syria, Brooke.
So forgive me if I missed this, but I'm wondering how far did he get before he was caught?
Well, he didn't actually ever make it, and that's actually one of the points his lawyer made when they were trying to get him released. At first, he tried to fly through Turkey, because that's obviously one of the biggest routes for Americans to get to Syria, and he got turned away by the Turks and ended up back in Lebanon. And he said he tried other ways, but it looks like he ran out of money before he finally came back home.
I see.